big deal. Welcome to The Obsession. I'm Carl Beppe.
I'm Mike Stadler.
Mike, how are we doing today?
I'm doing good.
Are you
Thanks for
good?
asking.
That's good.
Thanks for asking.
Hey, I got a question here. Obviously, I think it's from somebody in Michigan, but they didn't give their name. And they must have went and seen Tony LaPrat's Insight somewhere. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming they went to Deer Classic or something like that.
They were speaking.
And his question is, on small properties, he says, Tony LaPrat says you should only hunt small food plots when hunting deer. Which, I'm not sure if that's what Tony says. I don't think that's what Tony says, but I have heard him say that hunting small plots is a productive way of hunting deer, which it can be till you educate them. I don't know. What's your thoughts on hunting deer only on food plots?
No thanks.
That's a hard pass, right?
yeah, I'll do it, but I'm not going to only hunt them on it.
Yeah. I don't understand.
Well, I've also heard, I heard him say.
Yeah. Spit it out. Lay it out.
He has his deer never leave his property.
Yep. And he's got a 50 acre spot.
Before,
yeah, I know. I've seen that.
They never leave, and I'm like, come on, guy.
Yeah, and he
does a lot of smart stuff.
I think he does too.
But yeah.
No way.
My deer never leave the property.
A 4-year-old buck or a 3-year-old buck in Michigan never leaves the 50 acre parcel.
Yeah, mine never leave either after I kill them.
That's true.
Then they don't leave.
They live here.
Yeah, but I'm like,
yeah,
I don't. We talk about the food plot hunting all the time. Now, one thing I will say that we do is we have specific plots.
Correct.
To hunt doe. We do that.
We do.
Not that you can't shoot a buck there, but we specifically set up plots to hunt does early, because we talked about this a million times on different podcasts, that are set back away from where we don't want deer to go.
Yeah.
If we do shoot a doe, we don't want it running into some of the main bedding areas or the main areas that we hunt, pre-rut and rut.
Yeah, specific kill plots for does.
Right. So, I mean, yes, we do have plots that we hunt deer off of.
Yeah.
Where we are always more of, I would say, transition hunters.
Yeah, and the reason we do that is you're not educating your deer herd and keeping our deer moving daylight movement.
Yep.
For the best time of year, when you can start hunting morning hunts. Mm-hmm. After October 20th.
Yeah, we don't even morning hunt until after October 20th.
No.
I mean, till vacation, basically.
Yep, basically.
Otherwise, we don't morning hunt.
Yeah, so I think that whoever the individual was that asked the question may have misunderstood partially what Tony's saying. Tony was saying that I've seen him when I watched him speak, which is what I sent to you before too.
Yep.
He has that one big field and he breaks it up into different plots.
Yeah,
and he says he can hunt.
Well, a leaf must have blown by.
Yeah.
Yeah. His plot, though, I watched his thing. He breaks it all into different, so the deer have to go around and through it. So he's like, I can have 5 does down here, and they can't see, 50 yards up here.
Yeah.
Where I might have 6 more deer.
Yep.
Which I get it.
Yeah.
We do the same thing with some of our plots and stuff too.
Right. Yeah.
So I mean, if you have a big enough plot that you can do that,
that makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yep.
Because it's segregating the deer in the plot the same as you segregate them for bedding.
Right.
Which is another thing he talks about that we talk about all the time.
Yeah, and the other thing that we'll say is, you're segregating your space like that. This particular area he breaks it up in that particular way. I still think if he was to hunt that property and those food plots specifically time after time, he's going to educate his deer. He's going to get nocturnal deer.
Because that's what I was going to say. How are you going to get in and out of it all the time?
Yeah.
You can't get in and out of it all the time.
Sound,
no.
Sight, smell.
So
you're going to get busted on one of them getting in and out if you've got food plots that close together.
I mean, every year here, every year here, earlier October, my big bucks are down in that bottom food plot. Every year they are.
Yep.
We don't go down there.
Nope.
I mean, like if there's a certain time we'll dip in there.
A big 30-degree
Yeah.
drop cold.
That's the times I've done it.
Yes.
But I won't do it otherwise, and they're
No.
there every night.
No,
they're
I know.
feeding out there. That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to blow them out of here because I can't get in there.
Right.
You know, and
It's a prime. Yeah, it's a prime example. It is.
I mean,
very
they're
good
there
example.
every year. We talk about it every year. They'll be down there again this year. There'll be some in there, and we're not going to go in there.
No.
You know, if the wind is perfect and there's a huge temperature change one way or the other coming, you know, fronts, we hunt fronts, we're big front hunters.
Yep.
You know, yes, those are times we might try to slip in and out because you think you have a very high probability of killing one of your target deer.
Yep.
Otherwise, we don't do it.
Yeah, and then very seldom do you get another chance to do that the very next night.
Right.
It does happen, but you did it this year.
We did this year, yeah.
Yep. And you shot your number 2 buck.
Yes.
So that is a rare circumstance. I think that the thought of hunting food plots specifically is absurd. I think at that point you're just going to educate your deer. There's no way that you're going to win that going in and out. Your biggest problem is if you're hunting food in the evening, your problem's getting out.
Yeah.
You can't hunt food in the morning because the deer are already there.
No.
So that's 100% a fact. So
Got to be behind it somewhere.
yeah, you have to think about this. You know, you don't want to educate your deer ever, especially on small properties. You know, I do think that there are whitetail experts out there that make absurd statements just to make money, and
Yeah.
you know, everybody has their own view on it too. But our view, honestly, that you're getting right now is you can't hunt your food in the mornings ever because you're not educated them, and in the evenings you have to be very careful, very specific about your entrances and exits.
Yeah. I mean, we sit and we can see some of our food
Yeah.
in the mornings.
Yep.
We're not on them, you know, and we're set where if they come back past us, we have an opportunity.
Yeah.
If they don't and they get around us and pass through, cool.
Yep.
We can still get out.
Right.
That's the thing. You can't position yourself where you can't get out.
No.
Because if you do, then that deer, I mean, I guess if you're not hunting a big deer, I guess you don't care.
True.
If you're just in there shooting deer, and you don't care what they are,
Yeah.
hunt on food.
Yep.
No matter.
Yeah. Well, that's true.
I mean,
yeah.
in that aspect, but if you're hunting deer and you're hunting big bucks or specific bucks, you won't be hunting them that way.
Yeah. Or remember this: if you're hunting bucks and you educate your does, you just screwed yourself. Straight up fact.
Correct.
Because once your does go nocturnal, everybody else is nocturnal.
Yep.
So never, and it takes a lot to make the does nocturnal, just so you're aware.
Right.
So
It does.
it just try not to hunt them on your food unless you absolutely have to, or you have specific plots, which are transition kill plots, for does to come through going to destination food.
And that is the bottom line.
That is the bottom line. We appreciate you guys listening. If you want to check out just the podcast, you can check them out at any of the podcast outlets. We're on all of them.
Yep.
If you want to watch us, you can check us out right here at Rush Outdoors on every Saturday. If you want to check out Small Property Layouts, which is our show that comes out Tuesdays at 7 a.m., you guys can check those out. Those are all the improvements that we do for properties, showing you guys the projects that we have going on to make our hunts successful each year.
Yep, YouTube. Subscribe up. Check us out.
Check us out also. Check out Blue Collar Bucks.
Yep. Blue Collar Bucks on Facebook. Check that page out. It's real life hunters like all of us just trying out there to get it done.
We appreciate each and every one of you.
Yeah, buddy.